Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about inequalities, more specifically about writing inequalities from real-world situations. Let's go over equality and inequality symbols and some examples. To get us started, here we have an equal sign, which means that two values are equivalent to each other. For example, here we have 5 is equal to 5, or we could say that a variable such as x is equal to 2. Here we have is not equal to, so this sign means that two values are not equivalent to each other. So here we have 2 is not equal to 3. And then here we have x is not equal to 9. We might not know what x is equivalent to, but we know that it's not equal to 9. Here we have the greater than symbol, which means that our first value is greater than our second value. So here we have 7 is greater than 4. Or we could say something like x is greater than 1. We might not know what x is, but we know that it's going to be greater than 1. Here we have the less than symbol, and for our less than symbol, our first value is less than our second value. For example, 6 is less than 8. Or here we have x is less than 10. And here we might not know what x is, but we know that it's less than 10. Whenever we have a greater than or a less than symbol, it points at the smaller number and is open to the greater number. Here we have greater than or equal to, and an example would be that x is greater than or equal to 2. We don't know what x is, but it's either going to be larger or it's going to be exactly 2. And then here we have our less than or equal to sign. And an example would be x is less than or equal to 9. And again, we might not know what x is equal to, but it's going to be less than 9 or equivalent to 9. Here we have to write an inequality that represents the real-world situation described below. Children under 12 eat free at the restaurant. Here we're talking about the children, so I'm going to use the variable c to represent that. Now you could use any variable you want, I'm just going to use c. And they have to be under 12 years old to eat free. So because it's under, it has to be less than 12 because it can't be equal to 12, it has to be less. And because they have to be under 12, we're going to bring down the 12 because C has to be less than 12, meaning the children's age has to be less than 12. So our inequality here is C is less than 12. Next, we have you must spend more than $10 for free shipping. So here we're spending money, so I'm going to use the variable S. And we have to spend more than, so I'm going to use the greater than symbol, more than $10. So S is going to be greater than $10 because if we want free shipping, we can't spend less than 10. We can't spend exactly 10. It has to be more than 10. So we have to spend more than 10, which gives us an inequality of S is greater than 10. Next, we have a box can hold up to 100 marbles. So we're talking about the box, so I'm going to use the variable b. And it can hold up to 100 marbles, meaning it can't hold more than that. So B has to be less than, but it could also hold 100. So it's going to be less than or equal to, because the words up to means that the max it can fit is 100 marbles. And then we're going to write 100. So in this box, we could have less than 100 marbles, or we could have exactly 100 marbles. Next, we have you must be at least 18 years old to vote. So here, years old, I'm going to use A for age. So the age has to be at least 18 years old. So at least means that you can be 18. You cannot be younger, but you can be older. So you have to be 18 or older. So I'm going to use the greater than or equal to symbol because 18 is the least amount that you can be. You cannot be less than 18. And then we're going to write 18. So the age has to be greater than or equal to 18, which gives us the inequality A is greater than or equal to 18.